Question number 4, the Honourable Annette King.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question to the Minister of ACC. Is he satisfied with the performance of ACC?
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, generally, yes, I am very satisfied. The corporation has made huge progress in reversing years of huge deficits and markedly improved rehabilitation rates. The one area in which I am not satisfied is that of sensitive claims that make up 0.2% of claims. That is why I instigated an independent clinical review to ACC's processes, and I am pleased with the way ACC has responded to the clinical panel's recommendations.
The Honourable Annette King.
What discussions, if any, has he had with ACC in light of the fact that there's been a drop of around 6,250 people getting ACC-funded elective surgery since he became the Minister, and on the current track could reach 10,000 people by December? And is he concerned about the impact this huge reduction is having on injured New Zealanders?
Mr Speaker, with respect to elective surgery, it is true that under the previous government, ACC was funding elective surgery that was not injury-related. And that is why ACC is properly meeting its requirements. And the number, for instance, of claims that have dropped in that area is way over the increases that my colleague Tony Ryle has provided for in increased elective surgery from Vote Health.
The Honourable Annette King.
Mr Speaker, has he received correspondence from orthopaedic surgeons like the one I have here in my hand, which states 80% of patients with shoulder injuries have been refused surgery because of changes, shoulder injuries are being refused surgery because of changes made by ACC since he became Minister, and when they do win on review 4 to 6 months after the accident, they have irreparable damage to their shoulder because of the delay?
Mr Speaker, yes, I have received some correspondence from orthopaedic surgeons, and I've met with them. We have a panel. Well, I might get to it if you actually take the time to listen. And that is that the government and ACC has ensured that those that are eligible for ACC actually get it, and we can look at the numbers of review, and actually there has been no change from the previous government to national in the number of cases that are being overturned on review. In fact, approximately 80% of those are being supported through that review process.
Michael Woodhouse.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary to the Minister, how has ACC responded to the Canterbury earthquake, and has he been satisfied with this performance?
Mr Speaker,
Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, the corporation has responded very effectively to the Canterbury earthquake. 830 claims for injuries associated with the earthquake have been lodged, and these have been effectively managed despite there being 2 of ACC's 3 offices being closed for the first week of the civil emergency. The corporation quickly made contact with all 550 serious injury claimants to ensure their well-being over the course of the last week. ACC has deferred collection of ACC levies from Canterbury businesses because they are under pressure. And I would also note that ACC has made 20 of its staff available to assist the EQC that's under huge pressure with case management, and I think that's the sort of cooperation we would want from government agencies under a catastrophe the size of Canterbury's earthquake.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker. Is he aware the New Zealand Orthopaedic Society have reviewed the criteria ACC experts are using to assess shoulder surgery since he became Minister, and have found it grossly simplified and doesn't take account of the loss of function at the time of the accident? And will he ensure that ACC listens to the Society's advice? After all, they are the real experts.
Mr. Speaker, I certainly accept that orthopaedic surgeons do have a very real interest in their patients, but nor should we be naive that they also have a very real interest in the fact that ACC pays far more generously for surgery than is provided for by Vote Health. It is my view that we need to ensure that decisions about orthopaedic surgery are made by the clinicians and not politicians.
Michael Woodhouse.
Good Lord.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
No, not
Order. I'm on my feet. I don't think that was all necessary, Michael Woodhouse.
Thank you,
Supplementary
Mr.
question.
Speaker. What is the recent performance of ACC in respect of rehabilitation? And is he satisfied with this performance?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Dr. Nick Smith.
Mr. Speaker, ACC's improved performance around rehabilitation rates has been absolutely outstanding. In fact, despite significant declines in 2005, 6, 7 and 8, over the last year there's been a 3% improvement in rehabilitation rates, which means that there are thousands of New Zealanders who are earlier back at work than what there was under the previous government. And I'm surprised that members opposite are so opposed to effective rehabilitation. Those improved rehabilitation rates is one of the reasons that rather than ACC losing $2.4 billion in the last full year in which Labor was in office, ACC now is in far more robust financial shape.
The Honourable Annette King.
Speaker, has he seen the announcement from the National Foundation of the Deaf 4 days ago that ACC have also got the criteria for workplace hearing injuries wrong, and in light of the fact that it took over a year of clinical and public pressure before ACC and he admitted that they've got the criteria for sensitive claims for sexual abuse wrong, will he listen to their clinicians before there's any more damage done to those people who've been denied help?
Mr. Speaker, I've met with the Deaf Association and with the key associations with expertise around audiology, and the key element that those organisations accept, which is the government's position, is that age is not an accident and that it is not right that ACC is picking up the cost for a very substantive bill associated with age-related hearing loss. That is not the function of ACC.
Question number 5, Nicky Wagner.